Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
what do you recommend for sleep training for children?
The training that I'm talking about is not that harsh. It's like you do your routine. You talk out loud to yourself. You tell yourself what you're going to do. You set that energetic intention, and then you turn out the lights. The baby knows when the lights are on and when the lights are off. Your body signals all of that to the baby. If you set up your sleep routine while you're pregnant and get really good sleep, then when the baby comes along, you can start that routine with them. Just say, we're going to get some really good sleep tonight, aren't we? And the baby knows because it has been doing
And
that
yep.
while it's in uterus. So it's not that harsh. I will train you. No, I wouldn't ever want to do that. I would want to gentle myself and my baby into drifting off into a
Mm-hmm.
really healthy sleep cycle.
Yeah. All right. Well, also at this time, we got to remind everyone how we can reach you. Stephanie, could you share the website, your contact information?
You bet. And it's so nice to see you, Jill. You look
You're
wonderful.
so kind. Thank you. I'm glad we got to talk. I wasn't sure what we were doing or what was happening, but you're always such a pleasure. You have this aura about you, which I'm sure you've been told. It's just something so pleasantly, genuinely sweet. Not everybody has that. So it's an honor to have you here and the people that get to work with you. I'm sure they're very blessed and lucky. So tell us how we can reach out to you if we'd like to.
Okay, and I can do remote sessions, so it doesn't matter where in the country you're listening. I can do remote sessions and you get the benefit as if you were staying right next. So I'll talk about that right after I tell you how to contact me. www.harmonicellipseofthemountains.com. I'm Dr. Stephanie Stanfield, and my cell phone number is 970-379-4193. But it's better to get a hold of me through the website so that you can book either an introductory session or a group of sessions at your convenience. Okay. So, have you heard of morphic resonance?
Nope, I have not. What is it?
Well, Rupert Sheldrake, he wrote a great book called How Dogs Know When Their Owners Are Coming Home. And do you have a pet of any kind?
I have two cats. Yes. You're
Uh,
right. Yes. Why they're at the front door. Do they hear me? Do they not? Yes.
yes. Rupert was really interested, or Dr. Sheldrake, I should say, was really interested in finding out how far out our morphic resonance, our um, vibration can reach. Well, energy doesn't know time or space, okay? And we're infinite beings. So he did a study and he put cameras, and this was before the advent of a lot of cameras. He put cameras in dog owners' home, and the dog owner went to work like normal. And then, as soon as the dog owner started getting ready to go home, the cameras filmed some of the dogs, and it was a significant enough percentage of the dogs that it became a proven theory. So the dogs would go to the front door or go to the place where they could greet their owner and wait. And it didn't matter if the owner's commute was 2 hours or 20 minutes. As soon as the owner got ready to go home, picking stuff up,
Wow.
the dogs would go get ready. So this is a morphic resonance. And because energy doesn't know time or space, when I talk with my clients, similar to the way you and I are talking now, set a really clear intention. And then I take a picture of them, and the picture goes in the ellipse. And I take a picture of the lights that I'm using, and the lights go to the person that is having the remote session. And then we sit quietly for the next 50 minutes. I sit near the ellipse and wait quietly at home. And then we get up and go about our day, just as if they had come in and sat physically in the ellipse. They get the same types of benefits.
Let me ask how, did you get into this? Because some people out there don't know your background yet. Could you share just a little bit about that? It's always
You
important.
Yes, it is. Well, I'm a Reiki master, and I've done different things for Reiki at distance. I have done psychological healing for people. I am a non-licensed psychotherapist in the state of Colorado. The only thing that I haven't done to be licensed
Hmm.
is the 2,000 hours of supervision. Other than that, I took the same classes, I got the same credits as a psychotherapist. And all of these things just fascinated me, Jill. It's like, how can this work? How does this? And I got into some of this because of the new quantum physics experiments that are being done. And I had my own health issues. I was basically told I'd be dead before I was 55,
Ah,
and I'm 70 now. So go figure. What did I do differently? I found out about a holistic healing methodology. And so I started doing massage, and then I had a music bed in my massage room. And then I used light therapy, and then I used chakra therapy. And then COVID hit, and I couldn't see people one on one, but I could still do distance sessions. And then the ellipse, I heard about it, and 2.5 months later, I had one, and it was brought into, I found the space the next day after I, and my son and I built a wall so that there was a little bit of separation, but we needed a big space because this guy is like 11 feet long. But it fit all of the things that I knew about healing. So,
hmm.
and over here, like, I don't know if you've heard
I
of
could see. Hold on.
Hiro Emoto.
No.
Okay. He took water and put it in little containers and then labeled the containers with a word, and the word holds the vibration. Then he froze the water, and then he took a picture of what the water looked like. And so there are no two pictures alike. This is
Wow.
vibration therapy, right? The words hold vibration. So this one over here is like human cloning, not very great. And this one over here is truth. And look at how beautiful truth is.
Wow. Show me another one. I'm fascinated by this. I have to Google him.
I know, isn't this cool? This one is Star of David.
Wow.
So I don't have a dark field microscope and I don't have a lot of time. So I decided to try this out using rice. Anyone out there, if they're interested, they can do this. I got two little small jars from Walmart. Maybe the next interview, I'll bring them in and show them to you. And and I cooked the rice in the same pan. Then I put it in two jars and I labeled one jar with love and one jar with hate. The jar with love, and I did this in 2016, they've never been opened. Jar with love still has rice kernels that are white and shaped like rice kernels. The one that was labeled hate, and a word was only on there for 3 days. Excuse me, 3 days. It is moldy, syrupy, liquidy, and you can't even tell it was rice. Anyone can do
Wow.
this.
Yeah.
So that's what intention and vibration does. That's part of what my harmonic does. There's a little subwoofer under the chair that's a zero gravity chair. And so you get this really slight vibration, but you're holding the intention. And so you're going to vibrate to that intention. Isn't that wonderful?
Interesting. Like my mother, unfortunately, she's passed, but she was so, everything was so negative. We called her Negative Nancy. She was always such a Debbie Downer, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I just always try to teach her the positivity of mindset and just the basics, and it never was stuck. But for someone who is negative, who's always pointing out the negative, this could be a good habit to a good way to change their habits, to change their way of thinking, and hence the outcomes proven.
These are your cells in your body. Are you going to give your cells love or are you going to give your cells hate? Are you going to get angry all day long? Your cells are going to turn similar to the rice. I'll bring it the next time because I still have the rice containers, is to take them into the classroom when I taught at the college. And the students would just go, I don't believe this. I said, then go home and do it yourself.
Wow,
This was
moldy
my way of,
rice.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Mhm. And people will talk these theories and they'll say, oh, yes, if you talk nicely to your plants when you're watering them, they will grow better, right? For
Mhm.
that.
My father does that
Same thing.
concept. Okay.
Okay. You talk the water, you're watering plants. My plant water jug has the word love on it. So I'm watering my plants with love.
Wow.
And then I talk nicely to them.
That is so amazing. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So this is part of what that morphic resonance is. You kind of create the vibration of what you want to experience. And it doesn't stay limited to just here. Jill, when you drop a pebble in the water, the concentric circles go out and out and out. And you never know how you're going to influence somebody with an act of kindness or an act of gratitude, appreciation, joy.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Wow. What is the author's name again?
Pardon?
Moto, the book. What's his name?
Masaru Emoto. Masaruemoto.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that.
And
Interesting.
Love Thyself is the name of this book. He has messages in water. You can go on YouTube and look at some of the things of how the crystals develop when you play music. It's just a fascinating thing because everything is energy. Energy is vibration.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. How do we reach out to you?
harmonicalipsofthemountains.com and 970-379-4193. I really would look forward to somebody reaching out to just find a little bit more because, again, there's a lot you can do for yourself on a daily basis.
Perfect.
And you don't have to spend a lot of money to get it.
All right. Well, thank you for this. We appreciate it. And you have a fantastic day. Thank you for always being such a pleasure, Stephanie Stanfield.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you. Have a great day. You're so kind. Bye-bye. Thank you again.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcasts on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.